So, there's 5 seconds remaining on the timer. It's your promotion match. Final round. Both players are one hit away from winning. You have been playing perfectly all game. Movement, spacing, punishment, everything is working. Then, the timer reaches 5 seconds left. Your hands feel heavier. Your movement slows. You stop thinking. And then, you press. Counter hit. KO. Silence. After the match, you already know what happened. Why did I do that? I knew he wanted me to press. I never do that. Here's the truth, and listen carefully. You didn't suddenly become a worse player. Pressure simply revealed the player you really are. Welcome back to How Winners Think, the series where we explore the psychology, strategy, and decision making that separates average players from players who consistently improve. Today, we are talking about pressure, not because pressure makes people play badly, but because it exposes every weakness you have been hiding from yourself. People say, I always have a choice. I don't really think that's necessarily true. Pressure doesn't create mistakes. It just reveals habits. Now listen, imagine 2 players, right? Both enter a promotion match. Both feel nervous. One panics, the other stays calm. What do you think is the difference? It's not confidence, it's preparation under pressure. Your brain doesn't suddenly become smarter, it becomes faster. And when decisions have to happen instantly, you stop relying on conscious thought. You rely on habit. That's why pressure feels unfair. It removes your ability to hide behind thinking. Whatever you've practiced shows up, good or bad. Here's something fascinating. Your brain doesn't understand the difference between a tiger chasing you and a promotion match. Did you know that? Why? Because both create stress. Heart rate increases, breathing changes, muscles tighten, vision narrows. Your body prepares to survive. That response kept humans alive for thousands upon thousands of years. But Tekken doesn't reward survival instincts. It rewards clear decisions. When your brain enters survival mode, you stop gathering information. You stop adapting. You stop observing. Instead, you react. That's why players mash, hot kick, rage art, heat smash, anything. Your brain just wants the danger to end. But panic rarely solves problems. It usually just creates them. People think professional players don't tend to get nervous. Watch tournament footage. You'll see shaking hands, deep breaths, long pauses. They definitely feel pressure too. The difference, and I mean the difference, is that they don't expect confidence to save them. Confidence disappears, and preparation is what stays. Professionals trust routines. They trust spacing, movement, defense, fundamentals, and not emotion. Because emotions change quite fast. In fact, every match. But habits don't. That's why the best players look calm. Not because they aren't scared. It's because they know exactly what to do when they are. When people panic, they speed everything up. More buttons, more guesses, more mistakes. But elite players do the opposite. They slow the match down. One backdash, observe. One sidestep, observe. One jab, Observe. Pressure tells average players, act now. Winning players ask, what information am I missing? That one question changes everything. Instead of trying to escape pressure, they collect information inside it. The match suddenly then feels slower. Not because it is, but because they are thinking instead of reacting. Nobody, you see, is born calm. Calmness is a thing that you train. Every ranked match, every tournament, every clutch round, you're teaching your brain something. It's either pressure means panic or pressure means focus. The more often you survive difficult situations, the less frightening they become. Not because pressure disappears, but because your response changes. That's why experience matters. Not because experienced players know every matchup, but it's because they have learned how to think when everyone else stops thinking. Think back to that last promotion match you had. The timer, the health bars, the pressure, none of it actually changed the game. The frame data stayed the same, the movement stayed the same. Your character didn't change, only your decisions changed. That's why pressure is so powerful. It doesn't make the game harder, it makes your thinking harder. And that's exactly why elite players spend so much time mastering themselves instead of blaming the game. Because eventually, every player reaches a point where mechanics just aren't enough. Execution isn't enough. Knowledge isn't enough. The player who wins is the player who can still think when everything tells them not to. If you remember one thing from this video, make it this: pressure doesn't change your skill, it reveals your preparation. The next time you are in a final round, don't ask yourself, how do I stop being nervous? No, ask yourself, what can I rely on even while I am nervous? Because that's where real confidence comes from. Not the absence of fear, but the presence of preparation. If you enjoyed this episode of How Winners Think, let me know in the comments. What's the most pressure you have ever felt in a Tekken match? Next time, we are diving into something every strong player eventually discovers: why you are easier to read than you think. Because your opponent isn't reading your mind, they are reading your habits. Until next time, think first.